the trick is, to live in the presence of the mystery, not as an unsolved problem, but as a force for personal transformation. By knowing that the mystery exists, we are empowered to relate to it and to nurture the mystery within ourselves. In other words, you don't kill being. The theory kills. The letter kills. The real facts of the stuff of being are locked in the primacy of immediate experience. And this is why the psychedelics are so powerful, because this is what they address. It's not an idea. It's not an ideology. It's a transformation of the felt presence of immediate experience. The other two things which do that are birth and death. And then romantic overwhelmment has another part to play. But this is the biggie, the transformation of the felt experience of the self. And by reclaiming that, we dissolve hierarchical structure, and we actually emerge into our full expression as human beings. I don't see how this can be done without psychedelics. It's dinner time, but we'll take one question.
Yeah, since you've done so much with psychedelics, have you been able to get to some of those states now without the use of psychedelics?
The only progress I've made in that area is this glossolalia, which you heard me do this morning. I used to only be able to hear it when I was stoned, and then I used to only be able to do it when I was stoned. And now it's some kind of creode in me. But it doesn't, when I do it for you, it doesn't feel like it feels when I do it on 5 grams of psilocybin. Generally, I resist the idea that there's some other way to do it. I think it's just a waste of time. If there is some other way to do it, you may be sure it takes a long time and is excruciating. And I would be alarmed if psychedelic phenomena began to intrude into my normal waking existence, because it isn't a state of enlightenment or at-one-ment or clarity. Those are lower levels of it. But the full-on thing is so intense that it's very reassuring to know that a substance is doing this, and that when the substance goes away, the phenomenon will go away. It's so radically different from ordinary reality. I mean, I marvel that we sit in rooms like this and talk about this. I mean, just close your eyes for a moment and imagine what it's like to be smashed. And it's so different from this. And yet we're operating here at a pretty high level of efficiency. Everybody's focused. Half of us at least are awake. But it's completely different. And I don't know if you can understand being stoned by talking about it. You can create a communal empowerment that is permission. But, Plotinus called the mystical experience the flight of the alone to the alone. And there's something to that. Well, I think we bring back maps of the foothills, and that's very useful. But the private Mount Everests and Jungfraus that we scale, there's no words for it. I mean, there are no words for it. Every single person who has delved into these regions has gazed upon vistas that no human being had ever seen before or will ever see again. I mean, the universe is that huge that that's possible.